Hi, I'm Irving. Welcome to Kato and the Guy in a Suit. It's shift change time at the reserve motor pool. The two men joke about how this is the dumbest job in the world. Nobody would want to mess with this stuff. But it's a living. Cue the totally unforeseen ironic twist in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna have to watch him get run over trying to stop it, aren't we? Yep, there he goes. For a second there, I thought he had the good sense to step aside. But I guess not. We're still doing the usual stereotypes. Over the opening credits, we see some guys load the tank onto a truck and drive away. Then we head to Britt Reed's office, where Mike Axford is determined to blame the tank theft on the Green Hornet.
No, you're not, Mike. We print news, not theories. But...
There's a call for you. It's the warden at the penitentiary.
Thanks, Miss Case.
Look, Britt!
No, Mike. N-O. Now, excuse me. Yes, Warden.
You're overdue for your weekly check-in.
He does? This afternoon? Yes, I certainly will. Thanks for the call, Warden. Cancel all my appointments for today, Miss Case. I have to go to the penitentiary. Brad Devlin wants to see me.
Who's he? Well, he's a guy Britt knows who's been on death row for 3 months. Britt says he knows he didn't do it, or at least an investigator he hired found enough evidence for a reasonable doubt. Then why didn't he get a new trial? Let's go see what he wants to talk about. At the prison, we learn that unless the governor intervenes, he has 48 hours before the state legally kills him. No, I won't say execute. Let's be direct and stop dressing this stuff up in prettier, more acceptable language. They are going to kill him. Take his life. Ostensibly because he took someone else's life. Because killing him brings the other person back. Wait, you said it doesn't do what?
It's about that tank that was stolen. I heard about it at the prison grapevine.
What about it?
I think I know who did it and why.
Maybe he could exchange that information for a favor from the governor?
But Bradford Devlin is worried about a visit he got from his old crew chief. He swore that he wouldn't allow society to take his former commander's life.
They were a 4-man tank crew who went through everything together and became closer than brothers. Now they plan to come to their commander's rescue.
Planning a prison break using a tank?
But that's the one weapon those men can use effectively. 15 medals of valor among them proves it.
Valor is one thing, sheer insanity is another.
That's why Brad wants it stopped.
If he breaks out now, it not only jeopardizes his chances for a pardon from the governor based on the new evidence Britt presented, but it makes him look even more guilty. These guys are not looking at the long game. Then again, since the authorities plan to kill him in 2 days, I can appreciate that the crew feels time is running out. Britt has been able to locate one of the 3 men here in town.
I'll have a pickup order put on him right away.
Now, that's the one thing that Brad doesn't want. He feels if these men get themselves boxed in, they'll fight their way out instinctively. He doesn't want anyone to get hurt.
Well, he has no choice in the matter.
Yes, he does. And the Green Hornet will see that he gets it.
You wouldn't want to get in the way of the Green Hornet now, would you, Frank? Later, at Edward Carter's TV repair shop, yes, once upon a time you could actually repair a malfunctioning TV because there were replaceable parts inside it. I remember having the TV repair guy make house calls, and a few bucks and parts got it working again. Thank God those days are gone and we can just go out and spend $1,000 for a whole new set. 3 cheers for planned obsolescence!
What do you want?
That took him long enough. Maybe it would have hit him quicker if they'd been using bat capes.
We want to make a swap.
Swap?
Your life or an M3 tank?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Does that help your memory? He says, I have no use for a tank. A tank cost me my leg. The Green Hornet concludes he doesn't know anything and leaves. And he's totally predictable, as they expected.
Earl,
Yeah.
there's a truck coming. I think it's Eddie.
Well, make sure it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim. Wait a minute, there's another car. Yeah, I think a car followed him out here.
I wonder how Black Beauty stacks up against an actual tank.
What will we do?
Let's stay put for a minute, then we'll go ahead on foot.
Why don't we blast the barn with our rockets?
They wouldn't be much good against a tank. Besides, I promised Devlin no one would get hurt.
I hope you included yourself in that promise.
Range, 200 yards.
Yeah, it's a good time to move. 10 seconds ago was better. They play cat and mouse for a while, then Kato takes them out of the tank's range and stops.
You there in the tank, listen to me. I want to talk to you.
Save the ammunition.
Stop firing and listen to me. I have a proposition for you.
He points out that one anonymous phone call from the car and the authorities will be there with the right equipment to deal with him. They agree to talk. Don't try to pull a gun on Kato. Kato doesn't like guns. Inside, the Green Hornet says, I know all the best escape routes from the penitentiary, and I'll get Devlin out in exchange for the tank.
No. We're the ones who have to do it.
Even if you fail?
If the skipper gets it, we go with him. It's always been that way.
But wouldn't it be better to use a plan that has a chance of working so you can all keep on living?
Then you're not just doing this because you believe he's innocent.
The man he killed deserved killing.
The general?
General, that chicken-livered coward cost Junior here his leg. And then he wrote a book. His war memoirs, he called them. Full of lies. He made himself a hero and branded the skipper and all of us cowards.
I would really like to know the circumstances of the general's murder. Assuming Devlin did it, was it a crime of opportunity or did he plan it? Obviously, the state thinks he planned it because they gave him the death penalty. But we're not privy to information like that. All we see is the aftermath.
One of us should have done it. Not Captain Devlin.
Isn't it possible one of you did?
With the unfocused follow-up and left him to take the rap. Big loyalty.
What's the next move?
It's yours.
Mine?
I need Bradford Devlin.
What for?
They'll do anything he says. Even give up the tank.
Only the governor could okay that.
Then I'll call him.
What'll you tell him? Introduce yourself as the Green Hornet? He'd never do business with you.
Plan B, we need some samples of his voice. Unfortunately, the ruse doesn't work, and now these guys are angry.
We have to stop that tank.
How?
Use your rockets on the treads. Knock out a couple of those wheels and it can't move.
I'm willing to try it on foot if you are, Kato.
I'm not gonna let you do it alone.
All right, let's make it a threesome.
No, Frank, you have to be our backup. You call for help if we don't make it. Kato, bring along a gas dart just in case.
Check.
A dart won't be big enough to knock out those treads, and why are you going on foot anyway? That's crazy.
You've only got one shot, Kato. That aperture is pretty small. Make it good. Tear gas!
The tank runs into a ditch and they come piling out.
Don't do it, son! I'm gonna kill him! No, they're not killing him!
Anybody here who didn't see that coming?
You gotta get the captain out. Tell him he's innocent.
We've tried that.
He is. I did it.
The general lost his head in battle and cost Junior his leg, then wrote the book described earlier and basically made himself a national hero.
Is there any proof that you did it?
Gun that I used. It's behind the cabinet next to the door in the shop. Tell the captain I'm sorry. I should have said something.
Considering they were going to kill him in another day, yeah, you should have if you were as devoted to him as you said you were. On the other hand, trading places with him doesn't seem like a very pleasant prospect either, so it's eerily convenient that it all worked out this way. In the epilogue, Britt is holding a party. He seems to do that a lot.
Here it is, the late edition. Bradford Devlin released. Former war comrade admits guilt. Thank you, Brad.
I had a little help. Mike, I've arranged for you to collaborate on a feature story with Mr. Devlin. My days on death row.
I like that.
I'm still fuzzy on exactly how they plan to break him out with the tank. Blast the walls and then what? Drive up to his cell and pick him up? I would have liked to hear more about their plan because it sounds really lame. I hope next week's villain can come up with something better. Until then.